Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Make a logical or causal connection. I cannot connect these two pieces of evidence in my mind. Be or become joined or united or linked. The two streets connect to become a highway. Plug into an outlet. Establish communication with someone. Did you finally connect with your long-lost cousin? Connect, fasten, or put together two or more pieces. Can you connect the two loudspeakers? Be scheduled so as to provide continuing service, as in transportation. The local train does not connect with the Amtrak train. Establish a rapport or relationship. The president of this university really connects with the faculty. Hit or play a ball successfully. The batter connected for a home run. Join by means of communication equipment. The telephone company finally put in lines to connect the towns in this area. Join for the purpose of communication. Operator, could you connect me to the Raffles in Singapore? Land on or hit solidly. The brick connected on her head, knocking her out. Make a logical or causal connection. Keep company with, hang out with. He associates with strange people. A degree granted by a 2-year college on successful completion of the undergraduate's course of studies. A friend who is frequently in the company of another. Bring or come into association or action. Any event that usually accompanies or is closely connected with another. First was the lightning and then its thunderous associate. A person who joins with others in some activity or endeavor. He had to consult his associate before continuing. A person with subordinate membership in a society, institution, or commercial enterprise. Associates in the law firm bill at a lower rate than do partners. Having partial rights and privileges or subordinate status. An associate member. Make a logical or causal connection. Colligate these facts. Consider an instance of something as part of a general rule or principle. A two-way radio communication system, usually microwave, part of a more extensive telecommunication network. A fastener that serves to join or connect. The walls are held together with metal links placed in the wet mortar during construction. Make a logical or causal connection. Be or become joined or united or linked. The travelers linked up again at the airport. An interconnecting circuit between two or more locations for the purpose of transmitting and receiving data. Link with or as with a yoke. The means of connection between things linked in series. The state of being connected. A connecting shape. A channel for communication between groups. Connect, fasten, or put together two or more pieces. A unit of length equal to 1/100th of a chain. Computing. An instruction that connects one part of a program or an element on a list to another program or list. Make a logical or causal connection. Be or become joined or united or linked. Connect, fasten, or put together two or more pieces. Make a logical or causal connection. I cannot relate these events at all. Be relevant to. Be in a relationship with. How are these two observations related? Give an account of. The witness related the events. Have or establish a relationship to. She relates well to her peers. Make a logical or causal connection. Be in connection with something relevant. Be or become joined or united or linked. Our paths joined. A set containing all and only the members of two or more given sets. Become part of. Become a member of a group or organization. He joined the Communist Party as a young man. Make contact or come together. The two roads join here. The shape or manner in which things come together and a connection is made. Cause to become joined or linked. Join these two parts so that they fit together. Have or possess in combination. She unites charm with a good business sense. Become one. Be or become joined or united or linked. Join or combine. Bring together for a common purpose or action or ideology or in a shared situation. The Democratic Patry platform united several splinter groups. Act in concert or unite in a common purpose or belief. Plug into an outlet. Please plug in the toaster. Plug into an outlet. Establish communication with someone. Establish communication with someone. A social or business relationship. He was sorry he had to sever his ties with other members of the team. A fastener that serves to join or connect. Finish a game with an equal number of points, goals, etc. The teams drew a tie. Create social or emotional ties. One of the cross braces that support the rails on a railway track. The British call a railroad tie a sleeper. A horizontal beam used to prevent two other structural members from spreading apart or separating. He nailed the rafters together with a tie beam. Fasten or secure with a rope, string, or cord. They tied their victim to the chair. The finish of a contest in which the score is tied and the winner is undecided. Their record was 3 wins, 6 losses and a tie. Connect, fasten, or put together 2 or more pieces. Neckwear consisting of a long narrow piece of material worn, mostly by men, under a collar and tied in knot at the front. He stood in front of the mirror tightening his necktie. Perform a marriage ceremony. A cord, or string or ribbon or wire etc., with which something is tied. He needed a tie for the packages. Equality of score in a contest. Form a knot or bow in. Tie a necktie. Limit or restrict to. I am tied to Unix. Make by tying pieces together. The fishermen tied their flies. Music, a slur over 2 notes of the same pitch, indicates that the note is to be sustained for their combined time value. Unite musical notes by a tie. Use or exercise the mind or one's power of reason in order to make inferences, decisions, or arrive at a solution or judgments. Consider carefully and deeply. Reflect upon. Turn over in one's mind. Use or exercise the mind or one's power of reason in order to make inferences, decisions, or arrive at a solution or judgments. Judge or regard. Look upon, judge. I think he is very smart. Recall knowledge from memory. Have a recollection. I can't think what her last name was. Have in mind as a purpose. She didn't think to harm me. Expect, believe, or suppose. He didn't think to find her in the kitchen. Use or exercise the mind or one's power of reason in order to make inferences, decisions, or arrive at a solution or judgments. I've been thinking all day and getting nowhere. An instance of deliberate thinking. I need to give it a good think. Bring into a given condition by mental preoccupation. Decide by pondering, reasoning, or reflecting. Can you think what to do next? Dispose the mind in a certain way. Do you really think so? Focus one's attention on a certain state. Think thin. Have or formulate in the mind. Think good thoughts. Imagine or visualize. Just think you could be rich one day. Ponder. Reflect on, or reason about. Be capable of conscious thought. Man is the only creature that thinks. To come or go into. The boat entered an area of shallow marshes. Be or play a part of or in. Register formally as a participant or member. Set out on, an enterprise or subject of study. Take on duties or office. Put or introduce into something. Become a participant, be involved in. Enter a race. Make a record of, set down in permanent form. Come on stage. Put or introduce into something. An affix that is inserted inside the word. Attach a morpheme into a stem word. Bring something new to an environment. A new word processor was introduced. Bring before the public for the first time, as of an actor, song, etc. Put or introduce into something. Be a precursor of. Furnish with a preface or introduction. Cause to come to know personally. Introduce the new neighbors to the community. Bring in a new person or object into a familiar environment. The new secretary introduced a nasty rumor. Place, fit, or thrust, something, into another thing. Bring in or establish in a new place or environment. Introduce a rule. Put before, a body. Introduce legislation. Film. A still picture that is introduced and that interrupts the action of a film. Insert casually. Broadcasting. A local announcement inserted into a network program. An artifact that is inserted or is to be inserted. Put or introduce into something. Insert a picture into the text. Fit snugly into. Insert your ticket into the slot. Place, fit, or thrust, something, into another thing. A folded section placed between the leaves of another publication. Act together or towards others or with others. He should interact more with his colleagues. Be priced at. Represent, as of a character on stage. Form or compose. These constitute my entire belonging. Be identical or equivalent to. Have life, be alive. A light, strong, brittle gray toxic bivalent metallic element. Have an existence, be extant. Work in a specific place, with a specific subject, or in a specific function. Have the quality of being, copula, used with an adjective or a predicate noun. Occupy a certain position or area, be somewhere. What is behind this behavior? Spend or use time. I may be an hour. To remain unmolested, undisturbed, or uninterrupted, used only in infinitive form. Let her be. Drive something violently into a location. He hit his fist on the table. Kill intentionally and with premeditation. Gain points in a game. He hit a home run. A conspicuous success. That song was his first hit and marked the beginning of his career. Hit with a missile from a weapon. Physics. A brief event in which two or more bodies come together. Make a strategic, offensive, assault against an enemy, opponent, or a target. Affect or afflict suddenly, usually adversely. We were hit by really bad weather. Reach a point in time, or a certain state or level. The thermometer hit 100 degrees. Encounter by chance. Cause to experience suddenly. An interesting idea hit her. The act of contacting one thing with another. Repeated hitting raised a large bruise. Produce by manipulating keys or strings of musical instruments. Reach a destination, either real or abstract. We hit Detroit by noon. Hit against. Come into sudden contact with. The car hit a tree. A connection made via the internet to another website. WordNet gets many hits from users worldwide. A dose of a narcotic drug. A murder carried out by an underworld syndicate. It has all the earmarks of a mafia hit. Baseball. A successful stroke in an athletic contest, especially in baseball. He came all the way around on Williams's hit. Cause to move by striking. Hit a ball. Deal a blow to, either with the hand or with an instrument. He hit her hard in the face. Hit the intended target or goal. Pay unsolicited and usually unwanted sexual attention to. He tries to hit on women in bars. Hit against. Come into sudden contact with. Hit against. Come into sudden contact with. Collide violently with an obstacle. Come together. Hit against. Come into sudden contact with. Be beset by. Drive something violently into a location. A conspicuous success. A gentle blow. A score in 10 pins, knocking down all 10 with the first ball. He finished with 3 strikes in the 10th frame. Make a strategic, offensive, assault against an enemy, opponent, or a target. We must strike the enemy's oil fields. Affect or afflict suddenly, usually adversely. Touch or seem as if touching visually or audibly. Find unexpectedly. Remove by erasing or crossing out or as if by drawing a line. Please strike this remark from the record. Cause to experience suddenly. Have an emotional or cognitive impact upon. Form by stamping, punching, or printing. Strike coins. Smooth with a strickle. A group's refusal to work in protest against low pay or bad work conditions. The strike lasted more than a month before it was settled. Stop work in order to press demands. Produce by manipulating keys or strings of musical instruments. The pianist strikes a middle C. Occupy or take on. Strike a pose. Hit against. Come into sudden contact with. Attain. An attack that is intended to seize or inflict damage on or destroy an objective. The strike was scheduled to begin at dawn. Arrive at after reckoning, deliberating, and weighing. Strike a balance. Baseball. A pitch that the batter swings it and misses, or that the batter hits into foul territory, or that the batter does not swing it but the umpire judges to be in the area over home plate and between the batter's knees and shoulders. This pitcher throws more strikes than balls. Cause to form, an electric arc, between electrodes of an arc lamp. Strike an arc. Deliver a sharp blow, as with the hand, fist, or weapon. The opponent refused to strike. Disassemble a temporary structure, such as a tent or a theatrical set. After the show, we'll have to strike the set and pack up. Indicate a certain time by striking. Pierce with force. Produce by ignition or a blow. Strike fire from the flintstone. Used of sums of money, so small in amount as to deserve contempt. Intend to refer to. Yes, I meant you when I complained about people who gossip. Marked by poverty befitting a beggar. A mean hut. Of no value or worth. Denote or connote. Maison means house in French. Have as a logical consequence. The water shortage means that we have to stop taking long showers. Used of persons or behavior, characterized by or indicative of lack of generosity. A mean person. An average of n numbers computed by adding some function of the numbers and dividing by some function of n. Approximating the statistical norm or average or expected value. The mean annual rainfall. Have in mind as a purpose. I mean no harm. Having or showing an ignoble lack of honor or morality. Taking a mean advantage. Mean or intend to express or convey. You never understand what I mean. Characterized by malice. In a mean mood. Destine or designate for a certain purpose. These flowers were meant for you. Excellent. Famous for a mean backhand. Either of two or more related or complementary variables. Mutually related. Bring into a mutual, complementary, or reciprocal relation. I cannot correlate these two pieces of information. To bear a reciprocal or mutual relation. Do these facts correlate? Keep in mind for attention or consideration. Recall knowledge from memory. Have a recollection. I can't remember saying any such thing. Mention as by way of greeting or to indicate friendship. Call to remembrance. Keep alive the memory of someone or something, as in a ceremony. We remembered the 50th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz. Recapture the past. Indulge in memories. He remembered how he used to pick flowers. Exercise, or have the power of, memory. After the shelling, many people lost the ability to remember. Mention favorably, as in prayer. Remember me in your prayers. Show appreciation to. He remembered her in his will.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.